We're back on the SportsZone. I am Mike Aglialoro. The 2014 NFL schedule was released on Wednesday this past week. And rather than look at what the guys at ESPN and Yahoo Sports are saying about the upcoming schedule and what they feel the best matchups are, I have actually gone through the entire 17-week NFL season, and I've picked out what I feel best matchups this season are going to be. We're going to start with the honorable mentions here. My favorite, I don't know why, but it's my favorite games of the season. As a Cowboy fan, I love seeing the Cowboy-Giant games every year. Like I said, the last few years I really don't know why. I really don't know why I watch Cowboys play any of the teams in the NFC East. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're terrible, and then there's Week 17. But anyway, Week 7, the Giants will be going to their building, basically, to play the Cowboys. 4:25 start on a Sunday. And at Week 12, they get the Sunday night game. Dallas goes into MetLife Arena, Week 12. The next matchup we will look at is the worst week of the season, at least in my opinion, for the Cowboys, Jets, and the New York Football Giants. For the Cowboys and the New York Jets, it will be Week 6 when the Cowboys fly to Seattle to take on the defending champion Seattle Seahawks. And the Jets have their own terror of sort, as that same week they welcome the Denver Broncos. These are Sunday games with the Jets getting the early game, and the Cowboys massacre in Seattle is going to be at 4:25. And the Giants aren't spared themselves, because at Week 10 they're going to be flying to Seattle for their own massacre against the Seattle Seahawks, even though they are in much better shape than the Cowboys are, simply because they got Walter Thurman, one of the former Seahawks, on their team now. Will he make it to Week 10? It's a long season. That's the only reason why I really say that. Next, for Week 5, two pretty good matchups, I feel. Kansas City goes into San Francisco to play the 49ers. It is the first time Alex Smith returns to San Francisco since he was traded for a second-round pick before last year's draft. So that's a 4:25 on a Sunday game. I think that's a little bit of intrigue right there, provided Kansas City can do what they did last year. They lost a lot of players this offseason, so we'll see how that one goes. But the other matchup in Week 5 to watch, in my opinion, Monday night game between the Seattle Seahawks and Russell Wilson and the Washington Redskins and Robert Griffin III. And I think that should be an outstanding matchup between two of the better young quarterbacks in football. Next, we're going to look at Week 4. Well, we're going to look at two matchups here. The Philadelphia games. Philadelphia during Week 4 flies into San Francisco to take on the 49ers, 4:25 start time. And at Week 14, they welcome Seattle into their building, another 4:25 start time. These are two important matchups for the Philadelphia Eagles, in my opinion. If they really are the best team in the NFC East, these are two must-win games for them right off the bat. Or at least, they have to be in it. They can't get massacred the way the Broncos were. So those are important there. Next, we're going to look at the first week of the regular season, the first game of the regular season. Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers taking on the defending champion Seattle Seahawks and Russell Wilson. And to my knowledge, this is the first time these two teams have met since the whole Golden Tate catch that wasn't really a catch. It was an interception that the replacement ref screwed up. I'm pretty sure this is the first time the two teams have met since then. So I look forward to that. And the Sunday night game between Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts and Peyton Manning of the Denver Broncos. I look forward to that one very much. So next we're going to look at Week 11, the Sunday night game between Tom Brady and the New England Patriots and Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts. Another marquee matchup of two of the better quarterbacks in the league. So there's a good one. And another one highlighting the New England Patriots. They welcome the Denver Broncos to Foxborough for a 4:25 start time. And anytime you get Brady and Peyton on the same stage, it's something worth watching. Next, we're going to look at Week 7, the Sunday night game between the San Francisco 49ers and the Denver Broncos in Mile High Stadium. You know, if Denver really wants to be taken seriously this season, they have to be able to perform much better against the NFC West than they did in that pathetic Super Bowl. This is going to be one of the many steps they have to take in order to prove to people that they are a Super Bowl championship contender. And another pillar for them to overcome this year is going to be right off the bat, week 3, when they fly into Seattle in a rematch with the Seattle Seahawks. That's a 4:25 start time on a Sunday, and I got that circled, and that's going to be one of the best games of the season. At least it should be, with Denver's real retooled defense. So we'll see how that goes. Week 15, the matchup between the San Francisco 49ers flying into Seattle. In anyone's estimation, this is the matchup between the two best teams in football. And that's a 4:25 start time on a Sunday. And the last week we're going to look at here is Thanksgiving. I think probably one of the better Thanksgiving slate of games I've seen in recent memory. Starts off with the standard game, the Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions. Then we move to the Philadelphia Eagles at the Dallas Cowboys. And probably what is probably going to be the best game played on Thanksgiving over the last 5 seasons. Seattle Seahawks take on the San Francisco 49ers in San Francisco, the late game on Thanksgiving. These should be classic matchups between the Seahawks and the 49ers by anyone's estimation. And the other ones, Thanksgiving week, I think it's worth noting, Tom Brady and the Patriots fly into Lambeau to take on the Packers 4:25 Thanksgiving week. I think that'll be a really good matchup. Anytime you get two of the best quarterbacks in the league together, great matchup. So that's my look at some of the best matchups on the season. Obviously, still a lot to be factored in here. Win-loss records throughout the season. You know, there'll probably be a lot of games that I left out that should look a lot better than they did on paper. But that's my early preview right there. And don't forget to check out all the fine quality work on ThisIsSportsZone.com. We've got the latest from Jake Dixon and the 2014 NFL Draft Preview with the tight ends and the running backs this week after doing all the defensive positions, which you can see on the SportsZone main page. We got the latest from Tom Lambeau as he does his introspective look at Bernard Hopkins. We have the latest from David Tice in the world of MMA as he takes a look at the pay structure for the athletes in the world of the mixed martial arts. And we got other fine articles from Jay Rofsky and George Murphy, including his look at the 2014 Atlanta Braves. Like us on Facebook. I want to thank everybody who made it possible for us to go over 500 likes this week. Thank you, everybody. And there's still plenty more room to like us. Let's keep going strong on that. Follow us on Twitter at WeAreSportsZone. And as always, send us any questions and comments you may have. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next time. I am Mike Aglialoro. Take care, folks.